A very warm welcome to this lecture on neural networks. In this and further coming lectures, we'll be discussing in detail what are neural networks and how are they created, what is the use of them, how can we benefit them in the computational world, and some of the key benefits which it can bring to our day-to-day society and the real-world challenges which we are currently dealing with as of the 21st century. So I hope you guys are excited for this course, as we will also discuss some of the key hidden features of the human mind and how it really works and comes up together to bring us this kind of information in real time. This is no computer, it's live quantum computer working inside our brains that is giving us this live feed of information. So what are we waiting for? Let's begin. First of all, let's take a brief understanding of what exactly are neural networks. So it turns out that this less than 3-pound jelly-like material which is found in our brain and perhaps the universe and the whole Milky Way and other galaxies and geolocation as well is the most complex machine in this whole universe. That is all that we can imagine is like billions and billions of galaxies, and those billion galaxies are here in our brain in form of billions of neurons, which is far more complex than the body, which is having just 72,000 navis, which indeed is a really complex machinery as well, which has come together. We are not in any way telling that the body is less advanced than the mind, but we are simply complementing this existential biology that we possess at every point in time, which science hasn't yet been able to understand how this jelly-like material is able to understand, encode and decode information with such scales of complexity, controlling the subtle processes of the body like the blood pressure, the heartbeat, and our thoughts, day-to-day thoughts, memory and genetic memory. There's cosmic memory, galactic information. And as of today, in our modern computer day-to-day world, there is no machine that is capable or even near to what we are capable of. It can't even process a fraction of that. We are able to replicate a brain of a rat. So we can say that a fraction has been performed today in our day-to-day world. However, still we are very far away towards reaching where the human mind already has reached, processing this level of complexity, and it has been doing this since the last, say, 5,000 years since the human civilization has existed. So this is a really big phenomenon. Now coming towards the brain. Well, there are 3 parts of our brain. There is the subconscious mind, there is unconscious mind, and the conscious mind. So we will discuss a lot more details on these as well in the coming tutorials as well, but let us just take a brief idea about what these three states of brain are, that is subconscious state, unconscious state, and conscious state. So God forbid, but if any person is met by an accident or something like that, or might have a really high pressing situation where the person has fainted, so we'll refer to him as unconscious, or he is unconscious. However, if he is not sleeping and not awake as well, we can call it subconscious. When he's in a state where he is able to fully understand and interpret what we are asking him to do, we can call him a conscious state. He's in a conscious state of mind. Well, this brain also tells us a lot more things which we can use to unlock our productivity, the amount of work which we can do in a certain period of time. We can, using our subconscious and unconscious brain, we can unlock some of these capacities, enhance our learning power, and at the rate at which we are able to read and interpret information, and also able to understand it while going through it. It's not just about reading information, it's about grasping and understanding and then acting towards it. Things which we can relate to productivity. Coming to intelligence, first of all. Well, intelligence can be defined by a criteria of 3 abilities. So we can call you an intelligent student only when you are able to acquire or gather information by yourself, or any other form of intelligence. It should be able to acquire information by itself. It must have a structure. It must also have a structure which is flexible enough to represent and integrate information. If the structure is not flexible enough to represent and integrate information, there might be possibilities where this intelligence is not able to fit inside the puzzle because of it's not flexible enough. So supposedly you created a program to analyze words. Now that program to analyze words or sequence of words cannot analyze images because the system is not flexible enough. It can understand words, but it cannot understand images. Maybe if you can create a program to extract words out of images, which is called our optical character recognition, then we can come up forward and make the system a little more flexible to work according to our needs. But until that, it's not flexible enough. Last but not least, that it must have a mechanism that helps it to adapt itself to the environment. Now supposedly if we have not instructed the program to automatically read words inside images, then it might run the sequence of program for analyzing words without seeing that it's an image. I need to first analyze the image and then extract out those words and then analyze the words. So it must have a mechanism that is helping itself to be compatible according to the acquired information in whatever format is coming. And here is a very nice quotation by Nassim Haramein. He says, looking for consciousness inside the brain is like looking for the radio is like looking inside the radio for the announcer. It's a very interesting quote if you guys are able to understand what he's trying to say. But well, still we are comprehending and appreciating the kind of mechanism that we have inside our bodies, which we can call that super intelligence machines. So it's a whole system which is working in supreme intelligence or cosmic intelligence, you know. It's like the whole universe is working inside of us. What we can comprehend with the study of neuroscience in the field of artificial intelligence, like the way the brain is coordinating with all the sensory input, the subtle functions of the brain which we were just talking about, the heartbeat, the blood pressure, and all of these being governed by the hypothalamus, and then the central and the peripheral nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system as well, or all these functionalities are being controlled by the brain. And well, if we can mimic this sort of intelligence by some computationally processed machines, we can create a human designed intelligence which is not as smart and complex as humans, but a little small prototype of that, and then we can take it forward and do some developments or upgrades with the new coming technologies, or as we move towards the technological singularity. I hope you guys know about it. I will try to include that part as well, as it's a really interesting topic. And last but not least, do we come with any limitations to be aware of? Well, certainly we do. We do need to keep away from certain limitations that might hamper this godly designed intelligence, or whatever we may call him. So there are some dangers as well, some limitations, which we have also seen the governments also talking about, but we'll discuss them in a lot more detail here, and some technological singularity as well in the coming lectures. I hope you guys enjoyed this brush up introduction tutorial. This was just to give you a brief brush up. Like, we'll be going through all the machine learnings and the neural networks algorithm, how they work, what's the science behind them, the mathematics, partial derivatives, and the statistics behind these algorithms. All of that will be discussed in the further tutorials. This was just a brief brush up, a brief introduction about artificial intelligence beyond the material from which we study, beyond the books, giving you a real universal picture regarding intelligence. What is intelligence? That is the most important part in learning to mimic this superhuman human intelligence. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lecture, and I hope to see you in my next class. Till then, I wish you have a happy learning. Thank you and have a good day.